quickly, got to give credit to Rutgers. My fear going into the game is kind of how it transpired, where trying to control the backboards was something that we needed to do, and we didn't do a good job at the outset. We had given them 13 offensive rebounds at halftime, which is was mind-boggling, and they only got 16, I guess, for the game, but that's still way too many. But we got beat on the backboards by 19, and you just can't give possessions away like that and expect that things are going to happen. And I think part of growing and part of being young, and I think I love Brandon to death, but he's an example of youth where he kind of looked like he had deer in the headlights today, and so it affected him in a lot of different ways, and we couldn't play through it, and he had some company in that too, where I think what we're trying to get to is the point where we know that we have 100% buy-in to a system, offensively, defensively, and what have you, and we're not there yet. I don't know how many teams are there yet. Particularly that the guy playing people are young and playing small and playing through injuries. So we've got to just keep plugging away and trying to get better. We did cut into the lead with providing energy, and that's part of the thing that I talk about all the time is if you have sustained energy, you give yourself a chance, whether you make a mistake on defense or you're not making a shot on offense. And I thought, we let our lack of scoring affect us, at the midway and deep into the first half, and we tried to base everything that we tried to be for the rest of the game on our ability to put the ball in the basket. And the theory of it is if the other team can't score, they can't win either. And I thought we let up, especially on the backboards. The theory, if you look at a point guard and he's 5'7" or 5'8", how does he survive in a big man's game? And 100% of the time is because he's got a big time heart. And I'm not saying that rebounding is all about heart, but it's a lot about it. And so, you've got to look at somebody 6'8" and you're 6'3", you got to look at it as an advantage. You got speed advantage, you got mindset advantage, and you especially got intensity advantage. And I don't know that. I thought we had too many times that I looked up and we had guys watching. There were 3 guys, maybe even 4 guys battling for Rutgers, and we had 2. And so you've got to, I'm concerned because we're going to have some size disadvantages, but if you know that going in, then you've got to counter that with a higher level of intensity, and that's rebounding, as I've said my whole life, is a mindset, and I don't know that we approached it with the proper mindset. I thought our mindset was if we score, we'll do that. If we don't, it's a little bit harder to do. We ran two plays to start the game, and he missed point-blank 16-footers, which I've seen him make a million times. And, I can get a little bit concerned because the second game in a row that, 1, he's gotten foul trouble, and 2, he hasn't shot the ball very well. And, he and I will sit down and try to figure it out. But, you can't be talked about as one of the, top 7 or 8 or 9 best players in the league and not play well. That's something we got to figure out. I don't know if that's it or I don't know the complete answer to that. I don't know if you might be right, you might be wrong. I don't know. I think he's just not playing well, and I think like all the guys is that I'm as concerned about his foul trouble as his scoring. To be honest with you, because I think that he's a bit late to spots. And when he does, he tries to make up for it, like a lot of guys did today. We gave him 29 free throws by putting hands on people. And if he's early to spots and he worries about everything but scoring, guess what's going to happen? He's going to score. And I think that we've got to get him to worry about all the other things. Take care of the team, make people better, play good on defense, be vocal, be a leader, do all those things that he's capable and has done. And when he does that, he's been able to put the ball in the basket his whole life. So it'll happen for him and for us. We just want to make sure it happens sooner rather than later. I just chose to play Devin a little bit more, and then I went to Ertan, and try to figure out lineups and rotations a little bit better. I'm not sure who's icing it during the end of the game, and he was icing in the locker room just now. So Jeff, our trainer, will probably examine him, and we'll look at it more as he gets up in the morning. We'll figure out what's going on there. Yeah, he's learning, and he's probably a guy that, again, without Peter and without Levi, then he's, he and Joe are playing basically splitting minutes at the 5, and that's not as ideal. I think I wanted a deeper rotation as we started to think about the season, and so he's probably in a place where he's probably not 100% ready for. But I thought he did make a couple of good post moves today, and I thought he battled. But as I looked at it with a critical eye, there's still a lot of areas that we need to have him get better at. It was a situation about closeouts and just being a little bit more aggressive to a closeout. He's rehabbing, and we had like a 7 to 10 day timetable. We're approaching that this weekend. He got hurt last weekend, so it's probably, and we got to be a little gentle. Obviously he's a big guy, so it puts a little bit extra pressure on that knee. So it's a long season, so I'm not going to rush it. If he's ready, by the middle of the week or what have you, then we'll round him back. But we got to get him back in rhythm too, not just healthy.